So if my degree or my highest exponent is odd, it goes opposite directions at the end. If my degree is even, so my highest exponent is even, I don't have a cool way to say this. They go the same direction, right? So they either both go up or they both go down. If it's positive, they go up. If it's even, they go down. Or sorry, positive, they go up. Negative, they go down. Your right hand, if you're doing an odd function, your right hand will go up if it's positive. If it's negative, your right hand goes down. Kind of like a line, right? So this is your odd numbered functions, even numbered. So we look at the equation, we have to determine, okay, what's my degree and what's my leading coefficient out in front, because that's going to determine if it's even or odd, and then if it opens, if it's up or down. Kind of just like we did parabolas. So looking at this one, first thing I want is what is the degree? Okay, what's the degree here, guys? Degree is 4. And we're not doing number of terms, that'll be if we're naming it. We're not naming it. We're trying to figure out the end behavior. So then we look out in front at the leading coefficient. You actually don't see anything. So what number is there? 1, a positive 1 out in front. My leading coefficient is 1, so you know it's an even function. And you know it is positive, right? It's a positive. So if it's even and positive, even numbered exponent or degree, positive out in front. Can you show me with your arms? What does it look like? You actually do it. Yes. Show me with your arms. If it's even and positive, what does it look like? Like this. Touchdown. There you go. Very good. So you've got 2 arrows, so the arrows will end up going up and up. So we'll write kind of an explanation. That's literally what I want you to draw is 2 arrows pointing up and to the left, up and to the right. So we'll kind of explain this. Usually I'll have you fill in the blanks, but I kind of failed to include that. So here we are. We're just going to write it out. As x goes to negative infinity, so the left side here, the left side. As x goes to negative infinity, this is going where? It's going up. So what is that going to? Positive infinity. So as x is going to the left, f of x, so comma, f of x, heads to positive infinity, or just infinity. As x heads to the right, so as x heads to positive infinity, going to the right, where is it going on the right side? It's going up, so where is it going to? Infinity. So if this is like a test or something, I would give you probably multiple choice or fill in the blank. Won't typically make you write this all out. You'll notice on your worksheet today it's fill in the blank. So if this is like ACT, you have multiple choice, stuff like that. So in order to figure that out, you have to know the degree and the leading coefficient out in front. So my degree here is 3. We'll highlight it in red for you. My degree is 3. And I want the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is negative. Ooh, fun. Okay. -2. Okay, so we need to think about it. That means, so we can look at that, the highest exponent is odd. It's the 3. It's cubic. And it is negative. Okay, so if it's an odd exponent or an odd function here, then we should disco dance, right? So we go like this. You just have to decide which way it goes. Because it's negative, your right hand needs to point which direction? It's negative, we go down. So like this. Just like a negative line is like this, right? So then you are going to have a cubic function, but it's still like that. So you are going to draw arrows like this. I don't need you to draw the whole function. I just need you to understand the end behavior, okay? meaning on the left side it goes up, on the right side it goes down. So on the left side, we're writing a little sentence as x is on the left side to negative infinity, it's going up. So it's going to, f of x goes to infinity on the left side. Going to the right, it's going down. So where is it headed on the right side? As x goes to positive infinity, it is going to, f of x goes to negative infinity. What I would encourage you to do is think about, okay, I've got an odd exponent, so it's going to act like a line does. It's a positive line, looks like this, up and to the right. If it's a negative line, looks like this, down and to the right. And it should copy that same pattern. If it's an even-numbered exponent, it's going to act like a parabola does. If it's positive, it opens up. If it's negative, it opens up. That was like the entire last unit we finished up. The zeros of a function are the x-intercepts. They can be found where f of x is equal to 0. So all you're finding is your x-intercepts. We did a lot of this last semester. Find the zeros of the function. Okay, so this is in factored form. It's already been factored for you. If you set this equal to 0, you should be able to solve. I don't know if any of you remember how to do this. So far, no one today does. But it would be nice if someone did, because I've talked about this in 2 classes now. If this is factored form, obviously it's got an extra parentheses and you're used to seeing. How do I get like the answers? Okay, you set these equal to 0. Watch, I bet it'll come back to you. You just take your factors and set them equal to 0. Do you remember this? You make like tiny equations. So this time it's just instead of through 2 of them, you'll have 3. Because we're talking now about things that have higher degrees. So degrees of 3, 4, 5. This one has a degree of 3. So if I solve each of those, these are equations that are super easy to solve, right? You add 4 on the first one. You're just solving. Hopefully you can do these kind of by yourself. One of my answers, one of my x-intercepts is at 4. The other one is at 1. And I've got a third one, which I think is going to be a fraction. Because if I divide by 2, I'm not going to get a decimal. Please leave it as a fraction. So 1/2. Oh, that was rough. Let's see if I can do better. There we go. So you have 3 x-intercepts. You're not going to set the 3 equal to 0 because you can't solve anything there. We would typically list this out, lowest to highest. So 1/2, 1, 4 are my x-intercepts or my zeros. I have 3 zeros. That should tell you your degrees. So my degree here is, I know it's not in standard form, but you can figure out the degree. It has a degree of 3 because it has 3 zeros. There's a way to figure that out. And the leading coefficient is still what's the line leader out in front. So it is 3. Another way to think of it, I know that I see 3 x's there. If you see that, I see 3 x's, and so that means that if I were to multiply those together, I would get x to the third. So it's going to be a cubic function with a degree of 3. Okay, see if you can get started on the number 12. You're just finding the zeros. It's already been factored for you. So just take your factors and set them equal to 0. Don't forget the GCF out in front. You can actually solve that. The negative 2x does get set equal to 0 as well. Don't forget about him. Because if I divide by negative 2, I still get an answer of 0. as one of my solutions. You also get -3 and I cannot draw 2. There we go. -2. All right, do you see, though, for me, do you see this squared? Okay, what do you think that means? Okay, it actually means that there are 2 of these because of the exponent of 2. So you actually have 4 zeros. It's just that you get 2 answers of -2, which we don't usually list out. So we would say our zeros here are -3, -2, and 0. But because it's squared, that means that I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So a degree of 4, not 3. Because I'm counting like how many x's I have, or thinking about how many zeros I would have. I have 1 at 0, 1 at -3, and I have 2 zeros at -2, which I know is weird, but we'll talk more about that next week. The leading coefficient here is what? -2. Still the thing out in front, even though it's not in standard form. So this one would make it negative.